Welcome to Love Language. In this episode, we will be covering ways to attract positivity into one's life and why energy is important, loving your craft as a creative and why this is beneficial for your long-term aspirations, how love outweighs power, greed, and money, supporting one's partner and ways to treat, honor, and respect him or her, and staying true to yourself in any environment and reading in between the lines.
So welcome back to another episode of Love Language, you guys. I'm your host, Sol. It's SOLBLOOM_. That's my Instagram handle. And this is Jamal, my wonderful, amazing barber right here.
I'm Jamal Tillman, aka Jamal T Superstar Barber. That's my Instagram handle.
Yes. And for all those who may or may not know, I am a model, I'm a producer, I am an artist, I am a scholar, a writer, a poet, a lover, a thinker, an auntie, all types of things. So, Jamal.
Yes, ma'am.
So I met you through a mutual friend of mine, and I was going to different barbers before I met you. Mm-hmm. And I just want to tell you, you're very talented.
Thank you.
Very talented. That's why I'm sitting here, and you are like my official barber that I go to all the time. So
I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about your background with that, and
Well, I've been cutting hair for about 20 plus years.
Okay.
And I've worked with the likes of Beyonce's crew, Tia Tamara, Blueface, Taj Mari, and a host of other celebrities, and just a lot of regular, clients that are celebrities to me.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to build my brand. And I'm just trying to expand. I'm trying to, maybe get a shop in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to actually right now I'm building my my actual online teaching and online beauty supply.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm just trying to do my thing.
Okay. Well, so far you've been doing it because I respect you. I've seen your work on your profile, and I was like, you know what? He's dope. He looks dope. He knows what he's doing. I'm gonna give him a shot. And I've been here ever since. So this is Jamal, and yes, he is a superstar barber. Indeed, I recommend him to anybody. If you are new to LA and you don't know where to go and you don't know who to get your hair cut, please come to him because he knows what he's doing. Okay, he will always lead with the same lining and the same structure every single time. It's not going to be crooked or different or anything like that.
No.
So that's why I come to him. All right. Our topic today, I love this. This is great. It's going to be awesome. So love, money, respect, or power, which one drives you? So that is our topic today. And I'm going to start off with just saying love and respect. Love and respect drive me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like that's my base. Like I feel like if you can't love yourself, respect yourself first, how is anyone going to love you and respect you after that? You have to first start with yourself, love yourself, have self-care, build yourself up, and then gain respect through that self-love, because when you go out there, your aura, people are going to see your aura and your energy as, that's someone that respects herself and someone that loves herself, so I'm going to respect that person, love them too. And then you go from there. I feel like
that's you're definitely correct, because it's like if you don't like me as a barber, then it doesn't matter how good of a job that I do, you probably ain't gonna come back. No.
Your energy, no.
You feel me? You gotta have good energy, you gotta, respect your client, respect, like me and her, we built a friendship now, because, she's been coming and she's like, I'm gonna invite her to parties and get-togethers and, networking events, and that's how we're gonna roll.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, if he was just like, he could be good at his craft, good at his art, good at everything that he does. But if he was someone that was just like an asshole to me and was like cocky and conceited and just over the top, I would not come back, no matter how good he is. But since he has good energy and he's a very good person, very hard worker, we have good talks, good conversations, it just made sense to do this with him.
Great conversations.
Great conversations. Yeah, it just made sense. So, because we be in here like...
Like, she'd be in here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'd be just talking about, we gotta go to work.
Right, what's going on? And so like, even for me, like being in management, like I used to work in Amazon for about 7 years, but I was a manager for about 4 to 5 of those years. And even in management, you come in as like a 19-year-old, right? You don't know nothing about warehouse work. You don't know anything. And you just start doing it and figuring stuff out. And then eventually you get noticed. So I was getting noticed for like the way that I worked, the way that I worked with people, the way that I worked alongside people. I was getting noticed for the way that I just pretty much have a good work ethic and a good attitude and coming on to work on time and making my rate and making my quota. So they wanted to move me up as a manager and like, hey, like they came to me with it. I didn't even come to them. I'm minding my business working and they just like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, well, this is great. Thanks. I'll take it. I'll figure it out. Thank you for the opportunity. So for me coming as a 19-year-old manager, and there's people that are 35 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old working there, people that are 20, 26, 30s, 35, you know, they're working under me. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get these people to work for me, yo? Like,
they respect you.
They respected me.
Yeah.
That was key. Because if I was just like typical 19-year-old who didn't care about being a manager, just cared for a check, just cared, oh, I'm getting paid such and such, I'm getting paid more than you guys, and I don't care about y'all because y'all gotta listen to what I have to do. What kind of person does that make me? They ain't gonna want to work for me.
You gotta love, pretty much you gotta love what you do.
Yeah.
Number one thing is, like literally when I first started cutting hair, you guys, I was cutting hair for $5. We have this thing on a big banner on our shop and it said $5 Mondays.
I love
right?
that.
And so like I was working, but I was working a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally just everybody was coming and getting $5 haircuts. As time went by, you know, I used to be like, dang, I had to get another job because like it wasn't making enough money. But as time went by, I just kept loving my craft and kept networking to the point where, you know, like I could go on a house call and get a haircut for $500. You know what I mean? Like I can get hired on set and you know make $1,000 in a couple hours.
Yeah, see.
You know what I'm saying? But it's hard work and perseverance. So it's not just it didn't just happen. Like my name was Jamal T Superstar Barber before I cut any celebrity. And I spoke it into existence. And I just worked hard.
That's what it is. You have to have the love and passion for
you gotta love it.
What you do, yourself, who you are, what you stand for, and people are gonna like mess with that.
If you don't love it, it's probably not for you if you don't love it.
Yeah. Bingo. I feel the same way. Like if you're doing something and it feels like you're not getting ahead or above and you just hate what you're doing, then maybe it's time to switch. Maybe it's time to change up. And that goes with just loving and respecting yourself. Now don't do things for the money because, you know, like we said, if you're not happy, the money, no matter how much money you make, you're not going to be happy.
This is not a job to me. And I'm sure this is not a job for her.
No.
Like, it's not a job for her because she's loving what she does.
You can feel my energy right now. Like I feel your energy. Like this is something I'm not doing for money. This is something I'm doing just because I simply love doing this type of stuff. I love having these kind of conversations with other intellectual individuals. I love networking and speaking with other professionals about their craft, their businesses. I love just connecting and learning from other individuals. And
you just gave me the chills right now saying that.
You feel
that's
that?
Real though. That's real.
You feel
that's
that?
Real though.
You
that's
feel
real
that, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's real right there.
So that's what I like to do. And whatever happens from here with this is whatever happens from here. And so that's what we're trying to get at is power and money comes second
to love, definitely.
To love and respect.
Even with relationships as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta love your partner before you can, you know, build with them.
Yes.
That's
and
just
everything about them, right? Because, you know, our partners have layers. You know, a partner is happy one day, next day they're sad or upset, and you gotta understand what ticks them, what sets them off. Mm-hmm. You know, and if you don't take the time out to figure out your partner or figure out yourself, like
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Even with relationships, you gotta know your partner, what sets them off, what ticks them off. You know, and in order for you to even say "I love you" to your partner, you gotta accept a whole lot that they come with.
Listen, when I first got with my wife, I didn't know her schedule. So I don't know when she's supposed to get home from work. She doesn't know mine.
Yeah.
Because mine just fluctuates. So guess what? We sometimes we get into it about, well, like, what are you getting home so late for? You know, but I didn't know that. But once I got to understand your scheduling and you understood mine, we're good.
We're good. And it all comes with understanding, right?
Yeah. Time and understanding.
Time and understanding.
Absolutely.
Having respect too.
Yeah.
Respect in those situations where you guys disagree. You know, knowing how to speak to your partner when you guys are disagreeing and having a heated situation.
Yes, because it happens.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen because that lack of understanding. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what's going on. Like, communicate with me. Tell me what's going on. And then after that communication is done, then you can obviously gain some common ground on the understanding aspect, and then gain more of that respect with each other. And that just creates more love with each other. You know?
Absolutely, I agree with you. We're not going to agree on everything.
Right.
Like sometimes, like
people, you know?
literally, like the other day, I was asking her, I was like, I just turned on the movie.
Yeah.
And she was like, she walked out and went into the room, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you want to watch this movie? She said, well, you didn't ask me that I want to watch the movie. I was like, I didn't know I had to ask you. Did you want to watch the movie? You been in here, you was watching whatever else I was watching in the first place. She was like, well, I didn't want to watch that. I was like, so why you didn't say anything? She said, my bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She said next time. So then we came to a, you know what I'm saying, agreement, and then it was all good.
Good.
It's just all about understanding.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, especially for yourself too, because you don't want to treat your partner or anyone how you wouldn't want to be treated, or you don't want to talk to them how you wouldn't want to be talked to. So I know we get in those moments where we get like super angry sometimes, and we're just like, oh, I gotta watch myself right now because I'm about to say something.
You're gonna say something out of pocket.
Yeah,
and you can't take it back.
Right, and they're gonna get hurt, and you're gonna be hurt too after once you simmer down, you know. So it's those situations where you're just like, damn.
Sometimes you just gotta woosah.
Woosah.
Woosah. It's okay to woosah. You know, it's okay to get in your car and drive around the block and then come back.
Yes.
It's okay. It is okay to do that because you might do some retarded stuff. You know, people do stupid stuff in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And us being grown adults, you gotta learn. You know, you have to learn because one false move could mess up your whole entire life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just gotta, you know, respect yourself and respect your partner.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like too, like some people are in relations with people or just have friendships with people for the wrong reasons. Like when it comes to power, you know, some people, and I've kind of witnessed this in different cultures. Like sometimes, because I'm part white and black, and sometimes I've seen this from like the black side. Sometimes like could be a little bit overbearing over their partners and like aggressive and kind of like controlling in a sense. But I've also seen it in like different backgrounds, like, you know, Mexican or like Chinese, or
depends on the person.
Depends on the person. It could be in all kind of different backgrounds with different types of cultures and people. But I've seen it to where they will try to con their spouse or partner into doing stuff that they want, and it's like out of fear. They do it out of fear more so opposed to love. And it's like, oh, I want you to love me, woman, or I want you to like love me, man. And they do stuff to like con them to love them instead of just having it done in a healthy way. So I feel like
that's the stuff that we have to work on before we even get into a relationship.
Yeah, and that's with yourself, right?
Yes.
Right?
And listen, you gotta love. You can't get into a relationship and you not love yourself first and get you together first.
Yeah, exactly.
Get you together first, and then I think your person will find you.
I agree.
I think your person, once you get yourself together, your person will just find you. Because I really, honestly, I wasn't like trying to get into a relationship. I was out here playboy. I was out here like, you know, I was doing my thing. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it was about my wife at the time, my girl. I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was something that God was just like.
Her.
Yeah. It's like something I can't even explain to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I feel you on that, because I feel like it's something that can't be explained. It has to be felt, and when you feel that,
and make it happen.
Words can't describe how that feeling feels when it feels that way.
You can't ask me like, why do I love her or why do I like her?
Right.
It's just,
I can't tell
it is what it is.
It is right. It's just a feeling. I feel that, and when you feel that, that's how you know you did like the groundwork with yourself.
Yep.
To feel that love and feel that way, because. Same here. It doesn't matter what I do to try to like get away from this person. For some reason, you know, we always reconnect. We always feel the same way about each other. For some reason, this person's in my face every day. For some reason, I can't get away from this person. So for some reason, I must love this person, and this person must be someone that is supposed to be in my life. So those signs we have to pick up too. Them signs are.
You gotta pick up on them.
Man.
Signs. You gotta pick up on them signs, but yeah.
How do you feel about like people or those that use like power and money as one of their main motivators. I feel like some of them get burnt out eventually, but like
they do. But I feel like we're at an era like Instagram. Most girls, they're not gonna talk to you unless you got what?
Money
and power. That's it.
And likes and a verified.
Half these girls don't even love the nigga they mess with or the girl that they mess with because they just like them because they got money.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me.
Yeah. How can you connect with someone, right? And all you guys.
You can't. You connect them with their money.
Right. And it's like, okay, what are you gonna do for me? Okay, get my money. Okay, I'm gonna go shopping spree. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna get this next
then what?
bag.
Then what?
Then what do y'all talk about? Like, what's the damn relationship?
Nothing.
How is it so effective in your life? Exactly.
And then they won't be with it. That's why they move from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. They don't even know. They're lost.
They're lost. And you know,
that's men too though, not just women. It's men too. They just lost.
They lost.
They're just lost.
And a lot of men too. I've seen that coming from a pretty girl. You know, people look at me and they're like, "You're just a pretty woman. You know, you're maybe all about your looks and you have no heart, you have no soul, you have no brain." And I'm like, "Okay, think what you want, but when I speak, you'll see what's up, right?" And even men on that occasion, they looking at me like I'm just like a sex symbol and someone that they want to like give all their money to. And like, I don't want your money. I don't want no sugar daddy. Like, I don't want none of that. Like, please get away from me. Don't talk to me about that. So it's stuff like that. Some men are even twisted on that aspect. They just want like a female around so they can just take care of her and have her do whatever they say. So and put her on this little trophy and take her out and like, oh, this is my girl for the time being, but look how pretty she is and I can take her to the hottest club. It's like,
that's
what?
How most of it is though right now. If you look, honestly, if you look at the, I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying if you look at the celebrity status, most of the girls are super fine. That the dudes get. They fine. They trophy.
That's it. It's a trophy.
And they don't do shit.
But just sit there and look cute. Right.
Not saying all. I'm not saying
not
all
of them.
Not all of them, but it's a good majority.
Yeah. Not doing nothing.
That's crazy to me. But hey, it is what it is.
You're right. I don't care if like you can't look that damn ugly, okay?
No.
You can't look that ugly, to be with me, messing with me, whatever. But I don't want you to be to the point where I would rather you be ugly than be someone who has no personality and just all about money and power and greed.
Absolutely.
And just has no mind of your own,
Because sometimes your inside is way more beautiful than your outside. You never know.
Exactly. I would rather you be ugly than
not
sit
ugly,
up here.
ugly.
But you know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you be ugly, than sit up here and deal with like a shell with nothing in it. So for me, that's a big thing, is the personality, the heart, the soul.
Personality is, because it's a lot. I say, me and my boys, we always say, it's a lot of fine, ugly girls out there.
Yeah. Exactly, because
there's a lot of y'all fine, ugly girls out there that mean your inside is ugly. You need to flip it around. You need to flip that around. Put your pretty on the inside.
Yes.
For real.
Because it's at the end of the day, it's more beneficial to be pretty on the inside than on the outside. Looks can only get you so far for so long, and then you're gonna get burnt out because eventually what happens, we get older and we don't have no more looks no more, right? We get older. I'm about to die, I got wrinkles on my face. Like, I ain't gonna be all pretty like this for all my life.
I'm not gonna be all like this,
Right. So by the time you do get to that point, who's loving you?
Right.
You gotta ask yourself that.
You better have that person.
Right. Who's loving you at that point?
That person.
Do you even love you? Do you even respect yourself? Because you look in the mirror, you look like a washed up hoe because of everything that you've been through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who wants to do that? So why not take that extra time to like connect with yourself and figure out, man, where's the love that I have for me? Where's my self-respect? So that I can like attract someone out here that's gonna love me and take care of me up until I get old to where
somebody to wipe your ass.
Thank you.
A girl to wipe your ass. I don't want nobody to wipe my ass that I don't know.
Right. He finished the sentence for me. Exactly about the same. Who's gonna wipe your ass?
Who's gonna wipe your ass?
Okay. So those are the things you gotta think about.
Absolutely.
And your entire life, what are you doing your entire life? And I know that, okay, most of us, we didn't ask to be here. We don't want to be here, whatever, right? But we gotta make the best of it. So why not figure out what you like, what you want to do, what you're passionate about? Have that love, that self-respect, so you can attract all the things beautiful into your life.
Yep.
Why have a tough, hard life? Right.
It's gonna come to you naturally. Once you get you the way that you want to be, everything else is gonna fall in place. That's how I'm in.
Yep.
Just like that. Once you get you together, everything else is gonna fall in place.
Yep.
Just like a Lego.
For real. And I completely agree. I feel like the good things, the best things that happened in my life was when I sat with myself and really was like, all right, let me check myself and let me just get myself together.
I'm fucking up right now.
I'm fucking up, right? I'm fucked up. And then like, that's when the changes start happening. Like, yo, today something good happened, and this fell into place, and that network happened, and stuff is just happening. Stuff is just happening.
Man.
Just happening at ease. And I'm like, whoa. These connections are being made. Things are happening. Plays are being made. Like, stuff is moving along. Like,
you get off that good vibe, and people like they love you for you, and it's not like you're not a negative Nancy type of person.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna get more people are attracted to working with you too.
Exactly.
Not just attracted to you, they're attracted to working with you.
Being a part of your life, growing long-term relationships. Like, we're talking about going to each other's homes, having parties, get-togethers, gatherings, like growing long-term relationships, not fake shit. People like on Instagram, they have all these followers and don't know none of them.
None of them. I know at least half mine.
Right, like we actually have relationships with our people, and that's the difference. Whereas you have all these people just trying to just, run game, have clout or whatever, and they're not even trying to do the work that it takes to have relationships with people and make connections with people. And that's just not it. And when you start to make those connections, things start to just fall into place because people can feel your aura and they can pick up on your vibe. And
they know if you're doing it out of the love.
Yeah, or if it's just fake, you know? So you gotta ask yourself these questions, and I feel like fear, like a lot of people try to instill fear. It's like a short-term feeling, and it's a short-term gain. I feel like they act like it's gonna be like a long-term gain, but it's like all short-term. It's like short-term. It's like putting a Band-Aid on something and not really curing it, not putting no alcohol or no peroxide on it. I feel like fear is a mechanism used to just keep people stagnant.
Absolutely.
And I'm not about that life. I don't believe in being stagnant. I do believe in being content with what you have, and if you're happy with that, then cool. But I don't believe in being stagnant or stagnated and just
trying to keep moving.
Yeah, let's keep moving here, And those are the kind of people that I like to associate with. People that are optimistically keeping that movement going.
Keep it going. Don't just talk about it, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm about.
Yeah. I completely agree. I just don't like that. And like, I feel like, money can be gained doing the things you love, and you sacrifice every day certain things in order to get the money because okay, I have to pay these bills, or I have to do certain things, or I have to work maybe this 9 to 5 in order to do this. But also, don't use money as just the end all be all, do other things that you love to do in your life too.
Absolutely. It's not all about money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of it's about money, but then a lot of it is also about, the love for your children, or, the love for your parents, your sisters and brothers, your significant other. It's not just all about money. Like, it's been plenty of times, like my busy days, probably like, Friday and Saturday, but if my cousins get married, I gotta go to my cousin's wedding.
Right.
I'm not gonna not go because I gotta work.
Right, exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you gotta play it at balance.
It's a balance.
It's just a balance.
Completely agree. One can receive short-term gains at a rapid pace for exerting, love. I feel like if you put love out, the stuff that you receive back is for eternity. Whereas if you put fear and power and greed and stuff out, it's short term. Kind of when people, coming back to the topic about people selling drugs, right? You gotta do what you have to do, right? Temporarily, right?
You can't do that forever.
You can't do it forever.
No, okay.
So there has to be a change made, or the consequences.
Right.
So it's that's all short term. Whereas if you put love out and you put something out that you don't have to watch over your back all the time, it's longevity, So that's kind of what I was trying. What was I saying? And I love that.
Love is definitely longevity.
Yeah.
And a lot of our, not to go back to the relationship, but it's a strong, love is, we don't got a lot of love in relationships anymore. It's all about the greed part. What can this person do for me?
Yeah, that.
It's always about that now. Like back in the day, like our parents and shit, like our parents, man, they really went to the park and had picnics.
Yes.
And they really love each other. They really hold hands.
Yes.
Do you see people holding hands?
No.
Do you see people giving affection like kisses and stuff?
Barely.
You don't see none of that no more.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, let's go. We're going to the Gucci store.
Right.
They got bags and shit. That's they holding hands. They holding Gucci bags and Louis Vuitton bags. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, we need to get back to love.
We really do, because I'm a very affectionate person, Jamal. Like, I'm super like lovey-dovey. I like to hold and kiss and grab your hand and like show affection in public, like you know, in a respectable way. Not like tongue you down in public and like we need a hotel room in public. I'm talking about like respectful affection stuff that you do in relationships, letting people know this is my partner, I love this person.
This is not my homie right here.
Yeah, this is not my friend. and that's what I'm saying. You see a lot of these couples, you don't know if they're a couple or not, because they just standing next to each other. They're not even like claiming their territory. They're standing next to each other like, but we don't have to be all up on each other to act like we're together. No, I know that some people prefer not to do that, but still, it's like these days you see like nobody acting like we don't even know. I could be sitting here talking to this person. This is your whole boyfriend, and you coming at me crazy, and I don't know why. Because you would act like it's your boyfriend, like you know. So it's like it's stuff like that. I feel like you're right on with, because I'm tired, you know, seeing that. I'm a lovable person, and I want to see more love in the world. And I feel like with the media, with everything they're doing, it's taking everything away, you know, or trying to take all that, strip us from being those loving humans that I know we can be, and I know we already have in us. We were born to love, you know, so why are we being taught to like hate and deceive each other, and like why are we being taught to like just not
you gotta put that phone down sometime. That's what it is.
Yes.
That phone down.
Brainwashing.
Yep. It is the news brainwashes you too.
Yep.
We just was talking about the news brainwashing. If you keep on hearing something over and over again,
eventually
it's gonna brainwash you. If you keep on hearing that artist that you don't like, but you keep on hearing the music over and over again on the radio, you're gonna eventually like it.
Yeah.
Because you keep on hearing it over and over and over again.
Yep.
There's been plenty of people, I swear I don't like. They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing at all. But guess what? I'm like, damn, this is jamming.
Right. Like,
I heard it 20 times. But they not saying nothing that I agree with at all.
There's so many songs, like some of the Meg Thee Stallion songs that come on the radio, or some of the Drake songs that come on the radio, and I'm driving around, and sometimes I do Uber just to like for the fun of it, to network and talk to people. And while I'm listening to the radio, I hear these songs come on. I'm like, I just hate these songs.
But
I don't want to listen. And then you start just to like, and you're like, why am I doing this?
Because like, it's embedded in you.
It's there. Yeah, like it's easy to be brainwashed by something.
What? Wait. I've been brainwashed before. Shit, I admit that I've been brainwashed for sure.
We all have, you know. It's about, at the end of the day,
people got brainwashed by buying tissue. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
You got brainwashed. Y'all got brainwashed thinking that the tissue was gonna run out when you could just get a towel and wipe your ass and get in the shower. What the heck? You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you. And that's the thing, like, people don't get it. They just don't understand, like, it's like, think for yourself. At least think for yourself, yo. Like, really think about this stuff. Think hard and deep about this stuff. And, like, just ask yourself if, you know, is it worth being brainwashed? Should I listen to these people, or should I go find out for myself?
Exactly. Do your research, people.
Yes.
Before you believe this shit. Don't let the government scare you.
Please don't. Please don't. And do we look scared? I don't think we look scared.
We ain't scared.
We're not scared, because at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I used to be, like, for real though, I used to be super anxious in front of cameras, and I never used to like taking pictures of myself. So I get it. I used to be super camera shy. I never liked to be in front of the camera, ever.
You did?
Never. And you know why? I grew up like very like closed in. My dad never had like people over, and like we were very private, and he was very private, and like we were never like running around taking pictures and like videos and doing stuff outside. We were always inside playing video games. So that was like my outlet. I think that's why I'm like a visionary.
That's probably why you are now.
Yeah. And another reason why I wanted to branch out of that shell and do modeling and like get comfortable with the camera, because for me that was a growth thing for me, something that I wanted to take on as an adult, to step out of my comfort zone on. And I'm glad now, because it doesn't feel like a camera sitting here. No. It feels like
I did this interview for this hair show. It was like on TV or TV One or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was one take. He came in, he was like, yeah, so, you know, da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, you know. and this is what I did, and it was like, damn, we don't even gotta do a retake. I was like, man, this shit is just natural, just regular, it's whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's how it's supposed to be. I did a documentary for depression because I was depressed for 2 years, and then after that depression, I got out of it and was voicing that to someone that I work with that was working under me at Prime Now. And she said, you have a good story, like, do you want to be a part of this documentary? I'm like, hell yeah. And Joyce Thomas, thank you so much, because if it wasn't for you, I would have never did that documentary. I would have never got out of my shell for that. So I thank you, I shout you out. She said, let's do this. And she said, all you gotta do is be yourself. Just talk. We're gonna ask some questions and you just say whatever you say. And they filmed it. We went to different locations. We got a lot of different shots. And like now the documentary is being played at different colleges, different states, different areas. It has three different TV airways that it's on right now.
Super dope.
So it's just stuff like that. Like, if it wasn't for people like that and me like just believing in myself and me like coming out of that shell, I would never have met those people to do the stuff that I'm doing now and to just make that impact. Like, she made that impact on my life, and she was someone who wanted to listen to my story and wanted to listen to what I had to say, and that made all the difference. Just being able to be around people who want to listen to you and want to know more about you and genuinely care about you, that can make all the difference, you know?
Yeah, you should do a book.
Man.
You should write a book.
I've always been considering sitting down and doing that because I've always been very good at my words, like writing.
Do you write stuff down?
I write. No, you want to see? Look at this. Look at all this. These are all my notes. Yeah. This is all of my. I'm gonna show you.
What you do is you keep those notes and then you find an author who can put it all together. Yep, it's easy.
I love it.
All you gotta do is put that on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah. Looking for an author, looking for a writer.
Right.
They're gonna be like,
bingo.
Yep, they're gonna put it all together.
I do have and I'm the type of person that remembers every little detail about my life, even from when I was like this high, this small. And I've always been told, you have a story, you've been through a lot, why not consider making a book? And that's something, I think might even turn into a goal of mine. And thank you guys for being a part of that like inspiring process, because I've had talk about it before in the past. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do it, and I kind of want to do it because I've had so much notes and things about my life and just my art and my poetry and everything. I just keep on me. My plans, everything, I keep it all on me.
I got a funny story.
Yeah.
So I did Coachella or whatever, right?
Yeah.
For Beyonce's thing, right?
Yeah.
So we did it for like, literally, I couldn't say anything for like 3 months. Like literally, we signed some shit to where, you can't say what you working on until it's over, right? Yeah. So whatever, we was working for like 3 months in and out. I'm just this close to Jay-Z, nigga, like for real, like talking to the nigga like that type of shit, right? Yeah. So we're like working and doing all this stuff, and so I never met Beyonce, but I saw her. Yeah. But I never really like met her. But I knew Michelle because I worked on this video with Michelle like a long time ago. So when I saw her, she was like, "Hey, what's your name again?" Jamal was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Yeah." So at the end of Coachella, there was this big ass tent. Okay, like Beyonce. Okay, like where we were working at, she had a big ass tent with air conditioning in it. Do you hear me? The tent was so big. Look, the tent was like this. The tent was like in this section of the tent. Yeah. There was like 10 or 15 Chinese ladies sewing their sweaters and shit. Yeah. Making sure there was nothing wrong with their sweaters. I'm talking about stitching sewing machines in there like this, like chung chung chung, like right. So then the next center was the guys, all the guy dancers, all the band. We were cutting their hair. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In that next section. The next section was the girls, and they're doing their thing. Yeah. Mind you, this tent is probably as big as 2 circus tents. Wow. Okay? Then when you want to go eat, usually, it's probably like a little, like a little lunch truck or something. She had another tent. Oh. The other tent was the B cafeteria, right? Yeah. To get in, you had to have your badge that said that you worked for her and a wristband. You had to put them together, and it would put your name out on the screen when you walked in. Otherwise, you wouldn't get in. Wow. So when you got in the tent, it was like literally whatever you eat, whatever you want, they had. lobster, crab, pizza, steak, vegan, ice cream, cotton candy, we had chandeliers. She had chandeliers and shit.
And the
Nigga hanging from the fucking tent, nigga. I'm not lying to you.
well,
I'm not lying to you, bro.
like, but that's how you feel me. You love what you do what you love. Hey, I want chandeliers in my tent. I need AC.
So
I need everything.
So look, toward the end of the thing. Oh,
Yeah.
when she handpicked everybody to be in her band and who would work for her. So it wasn't no band.
Yeah.
It was a hand-picked.
Yeah.
Like, we know that you're good on percussion. We know that you're good on guitar. We know that you can sing. We know that you can flip the baton. We know you can cut hair good. We know you can do hair good.
Yeah.
We're all gonna singly pick y'all out because we want this to be the best shit ever. So the first time I was in contact with her, I got a FaceTime from Instagram.
Ooh.
From Kim Kimble.
Ooh.
And Beyonce, all up, because Kim Kimble does her hair.
Yeah.
So they were on FaceTime with me and everybody, we like to work, we want you to work with us.
God.
I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like that.
So at the end of the whole Coachella, it was 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had a big ass after party in the back of Coachella.
Yeah.
So they set up the party kind of like a club, but it was just tents.
Yeah.
It had couches in it and shit, and had a DJ,
So
and so it was like a real club. You feel me? After like Cardi B was in there, she was pregnant though.
She was pregnant?
Yeah, she was pregnant, but it was like everybody. Pharrell was in there. It was cracking, right?
Yeah.
So we mingling through everybody.
Yeah.
And I see Michelle. She's like, hey, Dad. And she took a picture with me, right? And then Beyonce was like, she's like, hey, y'all. And then Michelle was like, he's not a dancer. Like, cause we all had on headbands. Like, everybody had on like, masks and shit. Cause it was the desert. It was dusty and shit. So she was like, I know who he is. He's a barber. He did a great, wonderful job. And she dabbed me.
Aww.
Beyonce dabbed me, nigga. I didn't wash my hands for I didn't wash my face for like a whole day. You know what I'm saying? But that was like shit that money can't buy.
Exactly. It's priceless.
It's priceless.
It's priceless. Even though you are surrounded with all that.
It might not never happen to me ever again in life. But guess what? I got it. It's in my heart forever.
That's how you know
Feel me?
you have it. You have it in you already to make those kind of connections with people like that. And that's another thing too. When I was working with IMDb and going to film festivals and things like that, and I got the opportunity through a friend of mine to work, and shout out to Erica Peebles. Erica Peebles, thank you. I got an opportunity from her to work behind the scenes for the BET Awards.
Oh yeah.
And I was working behind the scenes and working with a lot of the stars, and everyone was running behind backstage. It was when what's her name came out. That one song.
I kind of know.
What's her name? Young Bombay.
Oh yeah.
I'ma hit you back in a minute.
Yeah. Who is that?
I forgot her name. Lizzo.
Okay.
So
Lizzo. When she first came out.
Yeah. When
didn't nobody know who she was really.
She came on that stage and was wearing the all white and everything like that. I was literally backstage looking at her like we're setting up. Method Man is like literally practicing his lines and like his bars. He was rapping next to me, and he's about to go on stage next. So he's backstage getting himself together. I'm standing next to him looking at Lizzo, and then I'm all in black. So I walk around, I go to the side, I see, what's his name? Old Town Road. Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
So I see him, I'm like, what's up to him? And then there's this other lady that I see, I forgot her name, but she's an old school, beautiful singer, R&B singer. And she was like, honey, you look good with short hair, and this and that, like was talking to me, and I was talking to her back, and then I was in front where all the stars were sitting. We were running in between takes because we were working with Getty Images, getting the tapes and running it back to the center so they could be uploaded immediately. So I'm running in between the stars and I'm seeing like different things, but it was cool being able to work in that environment because I was capturing the attention of some of the stars, wondering who I was.
Right. Who's this?
Who is this?
Who's this?
Right? And they're like, yo, like, and this talk we were having a conversation, and it was like a beautiful thing to like just be a part of, you know?
Yeah.
We went to the radio room, you know, there was Megan Thee Stallion there and a few other people there.
It's different when you're working around the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely different. So opportunities like that, you know, you don't get unless you have the right energy.
Yep, absolutely.
You know? And she knew how I am. She know I'm not like the starstruck type of individual. I'm not the type of person who's like, oh my God, like, just dive as a star, you know? Like,
right.
I'm very, I carry myself like I'm my own star.
Yep.
So
absolutely, you have to.
When I'm around other people like that, they don't intimidate me. I actually am happy to see them, and I'm happy for them and their success. But I'm not the type of person to be like, oh well, I'm acting some kind of way because you're a star. I'm like, no, I'm gonna act the same way that I know who I am around you and everybody else that I know. And if you fuck with it, then you fuck with it.
Right.
And they fuck with it. You know that?
Right.
So I feel you on that. Like,
absolutely.
and that's the beauty of knowing who you are and having love and respect for yourself, because no matter what situation you're in, no matter what room you're in, no matter what environment, you're gonna always be true to yourself. You're always gonna know who you are. You're always gonna operate as yourself.
Yep.
No matter who or what is there, nothing's gonna shake you or break you from operating as yourself. So I just hate to see that when people get into certain situations and environments, they just don't know how to act. They just close down or act weird or act stupid, and you're like,
they like clutch up.
Yeah, you know, they just like when you come into a room, you bring light. You bring the light that you have in you already into that room. You change the atmosphere of that room. Change the atmosphere. If it's a weird vibe, make it better.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's all in you. You know, and that's what comes with matters of the heart. So like, matters of the heart is love, respect, money, power. You know, love, respect. It's matters of the heart.
Matters of the heart.
It's all connected in some individual way. Bingo, right? You see that? It's all connected, and it's just finding out that love, that respect you have for yourself, and everything else just comes. It's just gonna come. If you know yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, and you accept all your flaws and all your good and your bad, everything else is gonna come. You never know, you might be a star yourself one day. Who knows?
It's gonna be a domino effect.
Yeah, you know? So again, my Instagram is SOLBLOOM_. And you guys know me as Soul. Some of you guys know me as Bree. That is my, you know, my real name. But Soul is my artist name. And Soul stands for straight out of love. So some people are like shit out of luck, but it's straight out of love. This is a positive thing going on over here. So, but it's like a counterintuitive type of thing. You know, you like, oh well, dang, SOL is usually like shit straight out of luck, or you know, shit out of luck. But now she's using it as a positive, so it's something different. It's very symbolic to me. Me and this name go way back. I used to have this name back when I was in middle school. I didn't know what I was gonna do with it though. Because I read this book, it was called Devil in the White City. That's where I got this name originally from. And it had everything to do with me and my life and prevailing and overcoming and stuff. So I said, you know, I'm someone who's gonna make it out here. I don't know how, but I'm just gonna go out here and figure it out. And that's why I kept the name. And when the time presented itself, I was like, I'm gonna use this name for my artist handle because it has everything to do with my journey up to where I am now. And that's that. And then?
My name is Jamal T. Superstar Barber. That's my handle on Instagram all together. Jamal T. Superstar Barber. Piggybacking off of her, that's been my name before when I first started cutting hair, because that's why I wanted to be a barber who cut lots of celebrities and all that. And you know, for like 10, 15 years, I didn't cut none of them, but I spoke it into fruition.
Yeah.
And basically it happened. And I'm living my dream right now, you know what I mean? And I really, honestly, I love what I do. I'm passionate about it, and I just want to see other people succeed just like her. And that's it, man. I'll let your boy.
Thank you, guys. So thank you, Jamal. I appreciate you. Like, I really do. And like, as a token of my appreciation,
okay, you take this one.
I'm gonna give you one of my instance packs. So this one right here is called, and this is a sample for you. Kind of get a taste of how it is. This is called Capture. And these are handmade, oil, organic, therapeutic scents. So I literally order a whole bunch of scents. I go through everything and I smell different scents and I blend stuff together to create what that is there. So I have a list of scents, like I'm saying. Right? You didn't have to. like, when you burn it, you walk in the room.
I'm burning this thing tonight. Getting some coochie tonight.
And we're keeping that.
Thanks for tuning in to Love Language. Until next time.
Okay, so let me tell you what happened to my fish. So, I don't know what before I started really doing it, I had fish in there, right?
Yeah.
And so like the fish need to be around the moss, and it needs to be, they feed off that, and they like being, you know, so we took all that shit out. It was too clean.
Okay.
The water was too clean for the new fish. They all died.
Oh no.
I swear to God.
You said too clean?
It was too clean. Like the water's too clean,
Yeah.
then they'll die.
They don't have that algae.
They don't have that algae, they didn't have none of that. So
You
basically right now, I'm just letting it
stuff, you gotta
get.
squirt into the water.
Yeah, I put all the stuff in the water,
Oh, damn.
but they still die, right? So now I'm just kind of like, it's like maybe like I have the cleaner fish in there,
Yeah.
the fish that clean shit, they're not dead.
Okay.
But they'll never die because they're the cleaner fish. Yeah, they're okay. But my koi fish and my goldfish I had in there, they die. So I'm just waiting for the tank to get a little bit more.
He said a little dirty.
Yeah, a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm gonna go get some more. Because that shit's is expensive.
Damn.
And damn koi fish be like $80 a fish.
Oh my God.